Hello and welcome to, I guess this is episode 1 of our Stellaris Overlord Let's Play. My name is Steve and we're basically jumping in to a basic default game setting with the difference that Iron Man mode is on in case we end up getting an achievement or two. So if you are interested in what species we're playing and how it was created, check out the semi-tutorial episode where I basically go over my process of creating a species and you can see what we picked and why. And now let's see where we are. We are... yeah, that's a decent space. So this area is pretty much safe hours if there's nothing spawned. Okay, these... ooh, that is good. So basically, it looks like we can colonize all of this without someone getting in our way, which I really hope is going to happen. And we already see our both guaranteed habitable planets, which is nice. I go down here first, and before we now start with the game, before we unpause, we will set up a few things first. First we're going to build a second science ship because we're going to need it. We will pick some research, preferably anything that increases this our output. So we go with this. Ooh, pop growth is also important, but no, research first. Ooh, that's nice. That's basically the start I really like in Stellaris. If I can get the output boost level 1 for all 3 of these tag lines. So so next step is to pick our construction ship and tell him to build this mining station because it will increase our mineral output, which allows us to build more mining stations and districts and buildings on our planet, which makes a lot of sense. So next is the policy tabs. So now we're going with aggressive. No, we don't need aggressive. Cautious is good enough. Build cost. Yeah, expansion list is also good. Production policy. Ooh, yeah, balanced is nice, but so yeah, balanced is okay for the beginning, but later we will probably change to one of the two depending on what we need. So there are no edicts that are worth anything that are unlocked in the beginning, so let's have a quick look at our planet. We have a couple of what features do we have? Is there anything good? Oh, there's one with population, that's interesting. And we can do that whenever we have the cash. That is good. I really love the population features because they really help in the beginning of the game. complex drones. Yeah, there. Okay, that spread is quite acceptable for the beginning. We have 6 available jobs. That's our pop growth. Pop assembly is 2.66. Okay, that could be better, but we will change that later on. And yeah, let's increase the speed a little bit and start our adventure. Hey, I said let's start our adventure. Come on. I'm only going to play on fast because usually I play on fastest, but then if I do that I don't have to talk and I don't have to think about what I'm doing, and this is a little bit different when you're doing a let's play, so I am not rushing things because I don't want to make...
Our construction is complete.
Yes, construction is complete. So I'm building the next mining station to increase our energy credit output. Yeah, I don't want to make unnecessary mistakes, especially early on, because that could hurt us in the long run. Okay, this is interesting. So I really like that it just seems to spread one away, because that means this could be a nice strategic choke point for us. So grabbing this one in case we find some digging sites, and we grab the next planet, because one of my goals always is
Our construction is complete.
Expand to the next planets as fast as possible, because the faster you get planets, the faster you at least have the chance of snowballing your economy early on. I'm going to build the next science ship for the simple reason that here is a digging site, what I was hoping for. So this one, after it's done here, goes down here to basically, yeah, start digging, and we will need more science ships to explore the galaxy. Okay, this spikes out. It's nice, but at least we have got a choke point here if necessary, because that's also something that is really important when playing. Looking out for tactical choke points. So if someone is invading, you have a good defensive structure, which might be the big difference in case you are forced into a war early on, which is something you cannot always avoid. So I'm going to survey here. And you already moved down here because I'm going to take this system first. In the beginning I'm always sticking with one construction ship because our empire is not so big that we necessarily need a second or third one, but
we have surveyed the system.
Yeah, if we spread out too far, of course we will need more building ships, because it's just not feasible to build something here and then move through the entire empire to get something else done. So we're done here, and then let's move to the choke point first. Oh, this, I didn't even notice that one. Okay, and yeah, also important, it's probably an extremely obvious tip, but don't be afraid to pause the game whenever you need it. It's to make some choices, or to change things, or when you're trying to look something up like here, when I am looking which digging site I have. I mean, I played plenty of Stellaris, but I can't remember them. There are just a few sites that really pop out. But other than that, I'm always surprised by what happens. So the first league, okay, this is our precursor nation. You know what, we got time, it's a single player, let's play, so let's just read the stuff that is happening, why not? We have recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Vomia 7. If what we have learned from these artifacts is correct, this civilization was some sort of confederation that consisted of many different alien races. They called themselves the First League and appeared to have coexisted in relative peace some 2 million years ago. Though the Vomia system lies in the region of space that seems to have made up the core of their territory, a partial map found among the artifacts indicates that the First League may have covered a significant portion of our galaxy before its eventual
Our
collapse.
situation log is updated.
And now we have the precursor quest line. So we have to find 6 artifacts that will show up through the course of playing, through small events, sometimes through digging sites. Depending on the precursors you roll, there are plenty of different options. There are at least 6, so they also add some variety to the game, and after you unlock this you find their home system and you can claim it, and you will get an artifact that is specific to that precursor. So also we can now build the starbase here, and I have to check. Okay, we need a lot of stuff, but that is not too bad. As soon as we have banked about 1,000 minerals, I will start selling some in order to buy food. So we get to the 500 food we need in order to
Our construction is complete.
set up faster with our expansion. You know what? I'm going to start now. I mean, let's sell like 20 minerals a month and buy 20 food, and then we will see whether or not we will make more or less. I'm not good with the prices of the market. Okay, we make a little
We
bit
have surveyed the system.
So, okay, the system is surveyed, but okay, oh, this is also nice. 6 minerals in a system. I mean, there are way better systems to be found. There are sometimes like 13, 15. So, minerals
Our construction is complete.
be found, but this is so. The next step is to go here. Because, as I said, I really want these planets first, and we can pick our first tradition. And as you can see, there's plenty to choose. One that is always quite good, where you can't really go wrong with what you're doing is expansion. It just gives new colonies additional population, it makes expanding a bit cheaper, and increases your population growth. Discovery is also quite nice because it will make finding anomalies easier. It makes it faster to explore new systems, and it increases your research speed. And I will go with prosperity, which is also really nice, but we will need the mining station output that it gives when we start. It gives stability and resources from jobs once we're done, and has this nice effect that we can reduce building and district costs, which basically counters our origin a little bit, and as well as the upkeep. The complex drones can produce a little bit more. We get more energy credits and some additional housing from hive districts. So this is really good for our purpose with the species we created. And that is, in the end, everything that counts. Okay, signs of battle. There's clear evidence that a massive space battle took place in close orbit of Rurius 4 at some point in the last 5,000 years. The surface on the side of the planet is pockmarked with craters from stray weapons blasts, and scans from the Leaf Marvis have picked up several hulks on the ground. Though these wrecked ships are all in a very poor condition, the fact that anything remains at all after the damage they must have sustained is a testament to their advanced designs. Science Officer Rowan Plume is preparing an expedition to sift through these derelict hulls for any valuable technologies.
Our situation log is updated.
And now we have the option to, basically use our science ship here to go through with this as soon as we are done with exploring the system, because that is a little bit more important right now. 85% habitability, that is already really good. Also, I'm hoping that we find at least 2 more planets that are easily reachable, because that's going to help us tremendously to kind of expand through this whole thing. So, Swirling Shadows. Immense ragged plains of shadow drift across Shutra 3A's face. They are cast not by clouds, but by sheets of organic material drifting through the upper layers of the atmosphere, hinged or rather jointed to allow a small degree of articulation. Science Officer Garland is as yet unwilling to say whether these things are flora or fauna, or what possible purpose, if any, the elaborate shadow casting might serve. Nice.
We have surveyed the system.
So, done with this system, that's good. So, we can build an additional ship to survey these systems, which I am going to give in production after we build our first colony ship. And this one is finally done, so we can move up here. So yeah, the colony ship goes prioritized compared to expansion right now. That looks interesting. So we can get here, we can get this whole part of the galaxy. Nice. I really love looking
at the system
ahead, because that helps you plan out what you want to do, and getting chunks like these that are basically only reachable through your space and one other, basically kinda, if you're fast enough with expansion, guarantees you that you have these at your disposal. And it's always good planning ahead to get these parts of the galaxy as soon as possible. Yeah, okay. Our governor has a new skill, that's nice. build a colony ship. And I haven't given the colony a new name on purpose because I haven't planned what its purpose is going to be. I tend to give my planets names based on what I'm doing with them. So if I'm doing a lot of energy credits production, I usually call them trade hub or something like that. Or if I'm producing a lot of alloys, I'm going to call them factory, so that I just see their designation and what I'm planning with them here more easily. So usually, if I don't have a plan with them yet, I just colonize them to get that set in motion.
We have found an anomaly.
Yeah. So, the starbase. Because we really have to set up a few more minerals, because I want to need more minerals and a little bit more food, because we will soon add enough food for a second colony ship. So I will give up the buying of food and will change to buying of alloys in order to get our economy running to expansion, because alloys are really needed for that. So, towed asteroid. For some reason, someone has towed an asteroid into a stable orbit around Sathama 1. The massive engine sections and braking thrusters can still be found on the surface, although they have long since been rendered inoperable. Whoever did this also mined the asteroid for minerals, but these operations were seemingly abandoned shortly after they began. Interesting.
Our construction is complete. Our special project is complete.
One thing happening after the other. Special project complete, yeah. The team under Science Officer Bloom has finished their expedition on Rurius 4 and returned to the Baromavis. Sadly, the wrecked starships on the surface were too badly damaged to recover any useful technologies. These vessels were clearly very advanced, however, and we could gain valuable engineering insights if we analyze the way they were designed. We should consider the construction of a permanent science outpost in orbit.
We have found an anomaly.
That is good. So we got the options to build another research station to boost our research, which I like. But first, I'm going to build a mining station to boost our mining output. And now you can go down here for the excavation. So. Okay, housing is always interesting, and reduced costs is also something to look forward to, but I really want the output increased, both, so I will go with the architecture, because getting our economy a little boost, I mean it's a 5% boost in 2 categories, which is going to be helpful. Also, the reduced upkeep helps in the long run. I mean, in the beginning it's not that much of a difference, because we don't have a lot of buildings and districts, but every little bit
Our construction is
actually
complete.
counts, and that is important. So you are tasked with building these. So now we so this gone, and let's buy 9. This is going to be expensive. This is going to be expensive, but by 10, that should be feasible. Oh yeah, as I said, it's going to be expensive, but -1 is something we can manage, at least for a little while. Yeah, now we have a new ship and we're at -2, but that will change soon. Also, we are going to take this system, which will give us also some energy credits. And yeah, a slight deficit is not necessarily an issue, so don't be afraid to run deficits while playing. But keep in mind how much you have stored, because if you run a deficit for too long, you might end up in trouble, but yeah, that's obvious, I think. So, first colony. Our colony ship has gently touched down by the outskirts of a large oasis on the planet, situated at the foot of a large mountain. This ideal location provides shelter from the wind and has easy access to water. The ship has been permanently converted into an administrative headquarters of the new settlement, and its reactor core is in the process of being removed so that it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters have been sprung up around the former starship's massive hull as colonists begin to disembark in large numbers. The first city on the alien world. Nice.
We have surveyed the system.
We have surveyed the system. That's also good. Let's expand. So. Let's colonize the next one. And that's going to... yeah, that's a nice start. We're going to finish the year because we're already at
Our construction is complete.
And that's around the time I want to keep these episodes. I want to keep them between 25 and 30 minutes, so they're a nice portion and to watch. So let's see. More energy credits. So yeah, already a third through the next year, because yeah, that's also a reason why I am at 25 to 30 minutes, because I tend to just talk and probably will never meet that time anyway. So, Temporal Prism. Our analysis of the temporal fluctuations in the Hiram system has revealed something remarkable: a massive prism. Floating in space, rather than light, the prism refracts time. Depending on the angle of incidents, the crew of the Droids report experiencing time at different rates. Biometric scans indicate that some have aged rapidly, while others are days or even years younger than they should be. While our study of the prism has certainly deepened our understanding of the nature and properties of time, its origin and purpose remain a mystery. Fascinating. So, let's wrap up here. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the beginning of our little adventure in this galaxy, and I am looking forward to continue this until we either win or fail miserably. I guess these are the two options we have. Other than that, have a nice day. Enjoy it. See ya.